Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that right now. Hit that subscribe button right below. San Francisco 49ers at the New York Giants. It's Sunday at 1. Niners favored by 2.5 here. They're 5-3 coming off their loss against the Texans. Giants now 2-6 and without the great Cam Scatterbo.
Not without him. He's already wheeling around the facility.
I mean, he's there.
Right.
Motivationally.
Exactly. That's the thing. He's there, not just in spirit. He's actually there physically. He's just not playing football anymore because his ankle got snapped.
We have a notes document that we work off here. We have the games, we put our own notes in, and our crack team of researchers, they drop the injury report in. And the injury report for San Francisco and the Giants, they couldn't put the whole thing in. They just said 31 people on the injury report between the two teams. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't include Scatterbo, who's out for the season and on IR. So injury fest.
I mean, it doesn't include any of the people that are out for the season.
Yeah, not including
Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, like some of the most important players that would have been in the game are done for the year, not even on the injury report.
Massive injury reports, including Brock Purdy. He's got the turf toe issue, which is really sensitive, and he came back for one game and injured it again, so he's still limited, and we don't know if we're going to see Brock Purdy or Mac Jones at this point.
Yeah, and that's obviously the thing is, Mac Jones is playing pretty well to the point where I'm not saying it's a quarterback controversy or a battle for the job or anything.
Controversy even.
But I don't know if it makes a huge difference in the game. Like, I don't know if you get Brock Purdy back with his toe injury. Brock Purdy has played...
In this game in particular, you're saying?
In any random game, maybe like big picture, long term, like, sure, Brock Purdy has shown a higher level of play.
Yeah,
hadn't been before he went out injured this year, but has shown a higher ceiling so far than Mac Jones has. But in any individual game this year, I'm not particularly concerned about which quarterback is starting.
All of the Brock Purdy analysis is fascinating because I think he's good. And then he got paid, and we also have rarely seen Brock Purdy without an elite supporting cast.
Yeah.
Rarely. There were some games, there were some points. So some of the questions you have about your high-end quarterback, can you make the fourth quarter comeback? Can you do it when you don't have the same resources around you? You don't have the Debos and Ayuks and Kittles around you, and you've got some injuries. And, that's still probably a fair question for Purdy. Now, they had a lot of injuries last year, but they didn't win a lot of games either, right? So they've only won and had that elite offensive success when they've had the great playmakers around Purdy. Either way, you're right. Like, Mac Jones has played pretty well. They had another tough game last week against Houston where they could barely move the ball, but when they did, it was Mac Jones throwing the ball into car crashes that George Kittle and Juwan Jennings caught. And, Mac Jones will give you some car crash opportunities. If you can make those catches, you can make some plays. I think they should have more success against this Giants defense. But it's a pretty good battle on that side of the ball. The Giants front going up against San Francisco and the way they want to run the ball.
Yeah, no, it is. The Giants defense has been a little bit hit or miss this year. Again, it's another, I'm not saying they've been like the Steelers, but it's another unit where maybe we had slightly higher expectations for what that defensive line could do. I think they've been a lot closer to realizing them than the Steelers have been. They've also got a back end that hasn't always held up when they could have gotten more pressure or made more of an impact with the pressure. But that side of the ball, I think, can certainly cause San Francisco some problems. And then the other side we saw over the last 2 weeks for the 49ers have been a no-name defense playing out of its mind with players that you thought couldn't play at that level. And then the following week was almost like a dose of reality of actually they don't have anything and can't stop anybody.
I'm interested in Jackson Dart against that defense that we already said. They have not rushed the passer well at all, despite that good game against Atlanta. Don't rush the passer well. I brought up Dart the other day where I don't really want him to play. Everything late in the down, everything scrambling. Like, if there's a game to maybe play in rhythm, get rid of the ball, this would be the one. Jackson Dart's one of those the time to throw cutoffs when, like, once you're above 3, right? It's you're usually living in scramble drill world a lot. Dart's one of the few quarterbacks. It's Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams. Like, those are the types of guys that are above 3 this year. And I don't know if that's the best style for Dart to play. I think he could be a good in-rhythm thrower. and then you pick your spots when you're going to scramble and design run game and everything. And he's already been banged up a bunch these first few weeks, these first few times starting. So I want to see if he could settle in and find that balance. I always look for the balance between guys that are running around and used in the design run game and playing within structure. Can Dart find that the second half of the season here? Now, it's tough when you don't have great receivers.
Yeah.
And we should – it's been an impressive run for Dart given the circumstances. It's been an impressive start. But I still want to see more in rhythm, and then you pick your spots when it comes to running around making plays.
Yeah.
This is the type of game is what I'm trying to say against San Francisco. We should have time to get rid of the ball.
I think he's been pretty impressive in this last run, even though he hasn't matched the performance that he had when he first had the great game against Philadelphia the first time. But I think he's still been pretty impressive given the circumstances. And this, you're right, based off last week, is the type of defense that you can have a lot of success against. Now, we're only a week removed from saying Robert Saleh is doing amazing work, and they're blitzing more, and they're getting more creative, and they're doing remarkable things given the lack of talent. So maybe it's not going to be like it was last week. Maybe it's going to be like it was the week before, or even somewhere in the middle. So I don't think it's necessarily quite as simple as saying this defense was garbage last week, therefore he's going to cook. But I think that will be pretty interesting. It's definitely a defense where personnel-wise he should be able to have a good game.
We mentioned yesterday the trade that the Niners made to get Keon White from the New England Patriots. Just 3 pressures on about 75 rushes this year. So underachieving, but he rushed the passer well last year for New England.
And is a physical monster.
Yeah, so he's got power. He has they can move him around, rush him against guards, rush him on the edge. He might be better against guards and centers, to be honest, right? There was a point where I know New England fans, and they were comparing him to Trey Flowers, the way Trey Flowers was moved around the defensive line. So that could give San Francisco a bit of a boost. We'll see. I don't know if he's ready to go this week or what that'll look like, but something to keep an eye on for the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Anything else on this one?
No.
Make a pick. Niners by 2.5 here.
Going with the 49ers.
I'm taking the Giants. Taking the Giants at home. Home dogs. Taking the Giants. Harry's going to take the 49ers here.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video.
You heard the man. Subscribe.